Welcome once again. After a long period of nearly 8 days, we are now again on the this YouTube live. Some problem there, so I can't conduct that particularly for 8 days. But as lockdown period is increased in Maharashtra, we are now conducting of these lectures once again. So we are now on the event. Just I want to revise that we are discussing out environmental science. In that, we are discussing out about the in last session we discussed about environmental degradation. Now, in this session, we are discussing about depletion of natural resources. So we are there on the part that is depletion of natural resources. So the first thing that is fishing. Now, let's So, first we are discussing about the fishing. Out of that, the first part that we are calling as blast fishing or dynamite fishing. Now, uh, these are all we are saying depletion. Say, if you are carrying out fishing, that is for the required purpose. Say, for example, if you are using net, then by using that net, if fishing is carried out, then obvious thing is that whatever is the required, that whatever the fish we are going to kill, therefore the required thing. But now what we are saying here, that is blast fishing. Obviously, this is coming under illegal activity of fishing. Yeah, it's true. Why? Because when we are making blast in that particular pond or a part of sea, lake, wherever, we are going to kill almost all animals in that vicinity of that blast. So they are carrying out this type of blast that is destroying almost all that whatever the animals present here. Along with that, if coral reefs are present, then they are also getting destroyed. Whatever the ecosystem that is going to develop, that is going to get destroyed. Even this type of this not allowed, but still it is carrying out in Tanzania, Indonesia, and coastal parts of Africa. This type of practice that is going on, which is obviously we are saying that is the depletion of natural resources. The second thing, that is bottom traveling. You're aware that submarines were developed, particularly at the end of First World War. Wide use of submarines were started. Because of this submarine, the bottom traveling process increased out. And that resulted, that what bottom traveling is there, that resulted slowly destruction of various fish variety. They are there at bottom of the sea, or even while submarine is going out there, at that time also they are going to destroy a variety of fish over there. And so this is another issue of the bottom traveling, which is connected with fishing. It is not actually intended for fishing, but yeah, it happened. Then the cyanide fishing. This is also illegal activity, particularly sodium cyanide powder that is used. And I have observed this, and therefore I can tell you it's a worst thing actually, because cyanide is actually positively dangerous for human health also. What they are doing, that they are, say for example, stream is there, then they are making that stream close, something dam-like part, a wall they are constructing out with mud and stones, and they are making a pond-like situation, and they are spreading out some powder, that is sodium cyanide containing powder is there, which kills all the fishes in that pond, and then they will come on the top, start floating out, and we have to just collect out. So it looks very easy. Particularly, I observed the people. It's very old story. Somewhere in 1995, I observed it. But when I observed that the person, those who are using them, that powder, they were not aware that they are breaking it. Even I was not aware at that time. But they are breaking out laws, or they are destroying the habitat. They are destroying uh, unnecessarily the fish. So why I'm saying unnecessary? Because those who are required, it's all right. But apart from that, various smaller fish and all that they are going to kill. And that's why this is the problematic that is called as cyanide fishing. Now, next point, that is illegal, unreported and unregulated fishing. So this is another event that is also taking place. Uh, Now, in that, we have to discuss another point, that is overfishing. Now, just some local fishermen, according to them, that fishing was not that way taking place. Economic loss due to illegal fishing, that is estimated between $10 billion to $23 billion. Now, overfishing. Now, this is happening particularly in North Sea. You are aware, towards Norway, western parts of Norway, it's very good fishing site. And now, in many areas, they are making huge machineries, the trawlers, to catch that fish. And then that is giving you overfishing. Now, Atlantic cod, that stock severely overfished between 1970s to 80s. Now, almost their abrupt collapse, that is in 1992. Now, here we are getting this type of the problem, that is overfishing, shark finning. You are aware that shark is dangerous, but we are more dangerous than shark, and we are going to kill them. And whatever that what we are calling shark finning, that is destruction of that shark carcass and whatever remains in the sea, that is shark finning. And last point we are calling, that is uh, whaling. Now, this way, whales, they are also killed out, particularly 1930s onwards. More than 50,000 whales were killed annually. We are particularly killing out this whale for their flesh as well as to getting oil from them. But in order to do that, we are destroying natural chain. Say for example, whale or sharks. These are the huge fishes. And if you are making ecosystem, then they are at top of this food chain or food web. And therefore, destruction of single whale or shark, that will lead to grow their prey to great number, and that will actually the problem in this ecosystem. Now, here we are getting this type of changes, particularly whales are also destroyed. Now, next point, that is depletion of natural resources. We are talking about the deforestation activity. Say for our need of purpose, we are, if you are uh, cutting out tree single or two, it's different. But in commercial activity, they are destroying forest, and then it is considered under deforestation, where we are uh, using, particularly in the region where conifers are there, taiga forest section, that is just towards south of North Pole, south of tundra region, where many trees they are cutting out, the business is very, very simple. That they are going to cut the huge trees. As you are aware that there is abundant water present in the soil, and sunlight is present throughout the year. Trees are growing out. No doubt, amount of sunlight varies. It is not as hard as equator, and therefore the type of wood obtained there, that is softwood. As it is softwood, it is very good for furniture and variety of other work, inclusive paper making. And for that purpose, they are destroying out this forest. They are cutting out trees. They are making wooden logs over there during winter season, which is the frozen season. At the end of winter, when ice start melting, the logs automatically start floating on that, and they are obviously lighter than water, and so they are carried out along with water in the river or stream. And at mouth of that, somewhere at suitable place, there is networking, and so they can be collected easily in the sawmill, and they are used for further processes. So like that, they are killing out the forest. Now, this way, if replantation is there, then all right. Otherwise, it is considered under depletion of natural resources. Next point, that is mining. Now, usually, many mines, they are situated in forest areas, and because of that thing, we are destroying number one, forest. Usually, uh, for example, mining material like iron, it is extracted at site only, nearby that area, and that is causing out pollution, may cause out pollution. And last important point, that is these mining activities, they are destroying out vast areas, because it is in forest, so we are destroying habitat also, and that's why we are considering it under depletion of natural resources. So mining, actually mining is carried out, that is depletion of natural resources only. So this is the, we are discussing about depletion of natural resources. In tomorrow's lecture, we are starting out anoxic water, that part. So I'm ending out today's lecture right now. So please be aware that on tomorrow's lecture be specific at 6 o'clock we are starting out that lecture. Thanks.